We're gonna get started. The items that you're gonna need in the kitchen include options of either using a classic muffin tin if you like. Otherwise, if you wanna make it really straightforward, I would suggest grabbing a pie pan or a baking dish, and you'll be able to then slice your product. So I'm gonna choose, in this case, the pie pan, and I'm simply gonna grab, if you have parchment, grab a sheet of parchment. This will make the cleanup process so easy. Set it aside. Then, to do your measuring, if you're a female, on average, you want to be able to consume about 20 grams of protein with each meal. So, if you have a local Costco close to you, or if you have other egg whites, such as those with the pumps, then you can simply use those. And all you want to do is, in order to get 5 meals prepared, you just need 2 of these containers. So grabbing 2 containers, you're simply going to pour them into your container. Now, if you're using a muffin tin, you're gonna wanna spray this ahead of time. You can choose any sort of a spray that you might like. They tend to be a little bit sticky if you use the muffin tin holder, so I would recommend away from that. And you simply pour them in. So there's 1. And then here's our second one. Now we don't want to have a bunch of bland eggs that are boring. We need to spice these up slightly. So we've got our egg in here. And again, this is going to be way cleaner than having to scramble or microwave a bunch of eggs. So now, depending on what kind of a nutrition plan you follow, you can either choose your favorite spices. In this case, I'm going to do something that's a salt-free spice, and there's lots and lots of options that you can check out at your local grocers. So salt-free spice, I'm using a garlic and herb, and that's from a local grocery. In this case, I'm also throwing in some oregano, and the reason I'm throwing in some oregano, and I love spices, you can also use red pepper flakes. Be careful in those because they'll certainly make them strong. If you like salt and pepper, add some salt and pepper. I tend to try to avoid too much sodium, so I'm just going to do pepper today. And then this is where your creativity comes in. So depending on what your macros look like, if you're on a keto diet, then certainly you can substitute full eggs, and you can incorporate cheese. You can also incorporate all sorts of products like bacon or ham. But if you're on a low carb diet, or if you're trying to watch your fat, then you have options that you can get where you have lean turkey meat, lean ham. You can put in a combination of, as you can see here today, I'm actually featuring some uncured bacon, and it has no nitrates. And these you can pick up for just maybe a few dollars. This is what they look like. I'll show you an example. That's the size. And so you can just cut them into little bite-sized pieces and toss those in. But I'm actually gonna use something that I found, again, no nitrates. And these are pre-cooked. And you can just get these for a few dollars. They actually run about the same price as bacon, but you avoid all of the process of having to actually cook the bacon. And so it's simple. As you can see, we're just gonna slice it down. Cut it into whatever size you might like. And then we're gonna sprinkle it across. One of the things that I like about using this type of product is it doesn't have any nitrates. It's fully cooked. It's uncured. You don't have to worry about all the added fat that comes with preparing bacon and all the extra time that it takes. The price is the same, but the process is so much quicker. Toss this all in. Then, if you want to add in vegetables, I recommend for vegetables that you simply grab, and I'll show you. grab some frozen broccoli. And the reason I say use frozen broccoli is because, or fresh, of course you could also use fresh, is because it makes it easy simply to open a pouch and toss the pouch directly into your container if you'd like. Today I'm not gonna be adding broccoli. We're simply gonna make these as straightforward as possible for people with limited time. And again, if your nutrition allows, and you'd like to introduce some additional flavors to allow yourself to still eat low fat, then I would recommend that you use a Parmesan. And in this case, I'm using a shredded Parmesan. And the reason I'm doing that is because it gives you the flavor of a cheese, but without all the extra calories, and you can use a lot less cheese to still be able to get the flavor and enjoy having cheese in the eggs, but with limited fat. And so at this point you can add as much cheese as you might like. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven. I've already set the oven on. I put it to 375. We're gonna slide this in and we'll give you some talking points for wrap up. So while this is in the oven, then this first process is out of the way. At this point, you can use the rest of the time while it's baking to be able to prep your rice, to prep your vegetables, to take care of any sort of meat product or additional items that you have as part of your meal prep. It allows you to get your meal prep done in less than an hour, in and out, served and ready to go for the week. So I hope you enjoyed today, and be sure to check back. We'll show you the final product here in just a few moments when it comes on out.